Hey, it's Rebecca with Rain Nail Studio, and today we are doing a fill on myself. I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of lifting without having to remove the entire nail. First things first, we're going to go ahead and remove the designs and the top coat. And I'm using an extra coarse bit to also help debulk the nail. This is an acrylic overlay, so the nails are not very thick at all, but I like to do this step just for a quicker debulking. Next, I'm going to go in with my sanding band, and you can see on my thumb here, on the very edge, there is like a white foggy area on the enhancement. That's the part that you want to file away. That's the part that is lifted. So make sure that when you are doing this step, you have your e-file on a low speed. And I am using a fine sanding band. You want to make sure that you're doing quick movements and you're not staying in one spot for too long, just to avoid the heat that is caused from friction. And then once I do all that I feel I've done with the sanding file or with the sanding band, I will go ahead and switch to a hand file. I personally prefer a 100-180 grit file. And what I do is I use the 100 side to kind of catch what is lifted to remove that from the nail plate. And then I will use the 180 side to smooth everything over. And once I've completed this, you will see here in this video just how clean removing that nail enhancement looks once I cleanse and prime the nail. But you can see right there, all that is lifting. I just want to say lifting is normal, especially with acrylic. If you're just an everyday person, lifting is normal, so it's okay. Now, if you are a nail tech, you probably need to work on prep or knowing what's best for your clients. Some clients are too rough. Some clients don't take the necessary precautions to protect their nails. So just keep that in mind. It's not always the nail tech's fault why there's lifting. But you can see here, I'm going in one motion with my hand file just to avoid burning my nail or causing any discomfort. Let's talk about why it's important to remove lifting as soon as you see it. So you want to avoid any opportunities for moisture to get under your nail enhancement. And another reason is because your nails will last longer. If you have a lifted part of your enhancement under an infill, your nails are not going to last, and you will also get something that's called a greenie. So it's just an overgrowth of bacteria under the nail from moisture buildup, under the nail enhancement from moisture buildup. You can get rid of a greenie if you catch it early enough. All you need to do is remove the enhancement entirely, and then you can buff it off or file it. If you still see remnants of the discoloration, that's perfectly fine, because once the air hits the bacteria, essentially it's dead. That's something that I've learned over time of doing nails. I've seen many greenies come through my salon suite, and we're always able to continue with the service. You just want to make sure that you cleanse the nail really well, and you want to make sure that you are, sealing your cuticle areas, things like that, to avoid the overgrowth of bacteria from moisture. You can see here in real time just how I am using my file. I'm going in one motion with a light hand. You don't want to be too aggressive because you don't want to damage your natural nail plate. You just want to file over the enhancement portion on the nail. If you have any questions regarding greenies, you can go ahead and look in your nail book if you're a nail tech. And of course, Google has lots of information, but the best way to learn about these things is from experience. So if you're a nail tech, just watch out for things like this and use all of the resources that have been given to you, because there's plenty out there. You can see with me priming just how clean the nail is. So we will go ahead and get into acrylic application. I will honestly say on this day, I was not feeling well. I was not in a good mood. I was feeling sick. So I was just trying to get this done. So they didn't come out as nice as I would like, but they still came out really clean and, you know, they look good. You got to keep your nails done. When it comes to applying your acrylic, you want to make sure that you are avoiding touching the skin by all means. So if you are doing a fill, you want to make sure that you place the bead just below the cuticle area and then just kind of nudging it up towards the cuticle to cover the entire nail plate. And the reason why you want to avoid touching the skin is to avoid lifting, for one, but also because an overexposure of product on the skin can cause adverse effects. So just make sure that you're avoiding touching the skin and avoiding placing the acrylic on the cuticle area, because you want to be able to seal the acrylic. So you can see right here, placing it just below and then pushing it upward. Now, if you get acrylic on the skin, if you're going to file it off, it's going to be a bit painful, a bit uncomfortable. So just make sure that you're taking your time using smaller beads and making sure that you're using the belly of your brush just to move that acrylic downward. Here's a bit of a real-time clip of me applying acrylic onto my pinky. I was having a lot of difficulty this day. Like I said, I was really sick and tired, and then my hands kept cramping up just because of the way I had to have them positioned for my acrylic to lay properly. Once I'm done, I will do the finish filing, which is just my sanding band just to smooth everything over. I will buff and then apply top coat, and that'll be all for today's video. So like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Share this video, subscribe to my channel, do all of the things. We have a giveaway coming up very soon. Again, my name is Rebecca, and I hope to see you soon.